Hi everybody, Brent West here. Now I think I'm going to talk a little bit about, this is video number 4 in the 30 video and 7-day challenge. It's still 4:28 and I'm going to try not to let you see too much of the mess that is my apartment. But I'm going to talk a little bit about I want to talk a little bit about some books that I found helpful that I picked up recently. Paul McKenna is a he's into hypnotism, and I've picked up a few of his books that have been interesting. And let me see if I can find the first one that I picked up from him. I don't have it handy, but I did pick up the one that is called "I Can Make You Sleep," and I have had problems with insomnia since I was at least eight, eight, 8 or 10 years old. Yeah, I mean, this is a place I wasn't really planning on going, but yeah, when I was 10 years old, I think my father choked me out until I lost consciousness, and I had night terrors after that. Had difficulty sleeping, and have had problems with insomnia most of my life. It was pretty bad in my teenage years, and I'm going on Friday. I think it's this Friday. I believe I'll be meeting with a doctor. I had a sleep study done back in, I think February, and I'm hopefully finally going to be getting that issue resolved, hopefully. But I got a book by Paul McKenna a year ago called "I Can Make You Sleep," and I listened to that DVD, or there's a CD that comes with most of his books. That is a hypnotherapy CD, and the book is called "I Can Make You Sleep." And I listened to the CD, and I was able to sleep like I wasn't able to before. And so I've gotten more restful sleep. But I have noticed that, in the past year, that I've noticed in between waking and sleeping that I stopped breathing, quite a bit. So, and when they did the sleep study in February, they said I stopped breathing like 17 times an hour, up to 17 times an hour. So hopefully they'll be able to do something. But here's a book I got from him. Let me get it in the light so you can see it. "I Can Make You Rich" by Paul McKenna. And I haven't read much of the books, but I have listened to the CDs, and I don't have a stereo or a boombox or a Walkman even here. It's still in storage. I've been in this place for a few months, but I just haven't been able to get everything sorted out yet. But I recommend this book if you're interested in becoming wealthy. I'm not wealthy yet, but I'm going to get there. It's going to happen. I'm interested. I've been studying money because when I grew up, I didn't know anything about money. I wasn't taught anything about money by my parents, and so I had to kind of train myself, and I didn't learn about it in school. They don't really kind of teach it in school unless, I guess, you take certain degrees or certain courses. But I picked up this small book, I think last year, "How to Attract Money Using Mind Power," and it's a small book. I think it's like 80 pages. It's really thin, but each chapter is 4 pages, and it starts off with, I think, a quote. Chapter 1 is desire, and the quote that opens chapter 1 is, desire is the great moving power of the mind, that which excites into action the will and powers of the individual. It is at the bottom of action, emotion, or expression. And that quote is by Robert Collier, The Secret of Ages, and that was in 1928. So each chapter opens with a quote, and there's concepts and counsel, which is a page, and then there's simple steps that you can do, like an exercise that you do, and then there's quotes from other people on the concept. So I recommend that book. I don't think it's very expensive, $10.95, but it's definitely worth it. I started looking for blogging books and found this one. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know how valuable it is. But it's titled "How to Make Money Blogging: How I Replaced My Day Job with My Blog," by Bob Lotich. And then Laurel Langmeyer, who I found out about through The Secret. She was on The Secret. And I think I also saw her in a show. I don't remember the name of the show. But Put More Cash on Your Pocket. These books are all great. I just have to get to the place where I follow through and read them all the way through instead of starting something else. But again, the book that I'm focusing on now, reading, is Creating Personal Presence by Booher. And that's the one I'm gonna read before I do anything else. I'm gonna get through this book. I promise. I'm not gonna do anything else until I finish this book. And I should be able to finish it within a week. So, if I was smart, I'd read my speed reading book first. And this one's pretty neat. Ultimate Speed Reading. Skills You Need to Succeed in the Business World, by Arthur Bell and Bernard Wexler. I've tried a few different speed reading things over the years, but haven't really gotten over 500 words per minute, which is, I guess, 350 words per minute is about one page in a standard sized book. And that's about, I think if I remember the numbers correctly, it's about how fast a college graduate reads. But most people don't get beyond that after college. And I attended a speed reading course in Chicago, but just so I can get through more material. So I've got, one thing I recommend if you're doing this Empower Network is buying a composition book for Empower Network, and then go through and just write down your thoughts that you have during the day, and just sort of brainstorm different things that you might want to write about. It's helpful to sort of capture ideas in real time. I also have in my phone a couple different places where I kind of log ideas that I might be interested in writing about, and it's been helpful for me to sort of kind of focus my mind and focus my energy when I'm blogging on what I really want to write about. And I've got in here kind of a list of everything that I've blogged since my blog started on February 13th of 2013. And then I started up again in February of this year, February 3rd of 2014, I believe it is, and just kind of tried to write. My blog is, the things I'm interested in most are recovery in all its forms, recovery in terms of mental health recovery, recovery from substance abuse and addiction, recovery from any type of failure or recovery beyond any obstacle that we might have. I'm really interested in making that process quicker, simpler, and easier for people. I think too often it seems like a lot of people really see failure as something that's defining for us. I have a friend who seems like believes that because I failed in the ways that I have failed in the past, admittedly catastrophic ways, that I should not try to do some of the things that I really want to do. And I think that it's part of our nature to think that we can't achieve something because we have not been able to achieve smaller things in the past. And one of the things I think, I should pull out my notes again for the call, and I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. In my Empower Network book. So yeah, I should tell you my blog site, by the way, in case you're not watching this video on my blog, empowernetwork.com/Brent West. And I forget what I was about to say, but see if I can fake it here. Dave Wood talks a lot about hypnotic language, and he mentioned in the call tonight about Milton Erickson, which is a founder or one of the early writers about hypnotic language, and that was just in the last 30 years. So I'm gonna look for a book on that topic, and so anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with this. I probably just in this video and start another one. Right, sorry about that. Bye. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye.